Good afternoon, YouTube. It's the Black Apostle Paul, here again with another letter for the black man. Today's topic is surrounded around discipline, which I would coin the most important trait necessary for any individual, and especially a man. Discipline is defined as behavior in accordance with rules of conduct. Now, I often get asked by a lot of men, it's like, what's the most important trait that I should work on? And I always tell them, it's discipline. Because to do anything in life, it requires discipline. That means sometimes sticking to schedules, morning routines, afternoon routines, just daily routines, setting goals and following through, which requires discipline. So the first thing I want to talk about is the physical discipline. So to discipline your body, this might require you to go to the gym, work out on a regular basis, to eat properly, to keep your energy up, your mental discipline, to sustain from certain activities that's not helping you grow mentally. So you got to start including reading and meditation in your daily practice to strengthen your mind. Play games that also strengthen your mind, like puzzle games. There are a ton of games online you can find on your app store. So go to the app store, look for different puzzle games. And also the spiritual. And that's where the meditation come in. To ease your mind, to help you go out there today without all the stress. But like I said, also it requires a lot of discipline. Financial discipline. I know a lot of guys, you like to get a little money and go show off, go buy you a whole bunch of jewelry. I know you like my piece. Yeah, it's real nice. But I don't pay $12 for it. You can go find this on Amazon. Let's type in an Unc or something like that. You can find something cheap. And it still look good. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Setting goals. Write down what you want to do in life. And start setting deadlines with those goals. And start achieving small goals to rise up to those larger goals. But like I said, it requires discipline. And it's easier said than done. Because sometimes you will fall off. But the key is to get back on path. And sometimes you got to surround yourself around people who also help you stay on the path. Because it's gonna get hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's tough. It's gonna get hard, but you have to surround yourself around people who remind you of your goals, your dreams and ambitions. And so, to all the black men, make sure you learn how to practice discipline. And this is what I find the most important thing today, most important trait today, that a lot of men suffer from. It's the lack of discipline. And it's usually the key behind any strife in their life. If you find a man in jail for any kind of assault, sexual assault, it's because he didn't have sexual discipline. Armed robberies and physical fights, he couldn't restrain himself. He didn't have the discipline to restrain himself from doing an action that cost him his life. All it took was 5 to 10 seconds of discipline, which could have saved some men who have life sentences, saved them their life, just through a little self-discipline. And like I always tell you, before I leave, I want to leave you with a book to read. Like Paul in the biblical times, he left letters behind to churches to help them improve on themselves. And so what I want to start doing, like I said, is recommending a book. So these are my letters to you. Last week, I recommended The Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty. And later on in some videos, we're going to start going in depth in some of these books, because I really want to go in detail about some of the great points that are made in the books I recommend. Pretty much any book I recommend to you, I already read it, either on an audiobook or hardback book. I have a ton of books that's hardback that I read, and you can tell through the wear and tear. I put some tags in some of the books, so definitely I got the information. I want to point out a lot of topics, and especially I think the first book I will go over will be The Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty, because with me speaking to the black men, speaking directly to black men, it's like I said, some things that if you don't do, it will help you in your life, and it's going to require a lot of discipline, because he talked about women, money, and all kind of crazy stuff. You know what y'all like. We gonna get into it. But today's book, I want to recommend The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. I know a lot of you guys heard about this book. It's a great book. He goes in great detail. This is the condensed version. So the only thing in this book is the actual 48 laws. But in the larger book, he has the backstories behind each law, and he gives the proper way to use the law and ways people transgressed against the law. So you get a lot of in-depth information from the book, and start learning how to apply the laws that you read about in this book into your personal life. And this could be a lesson for you to start working on discipline, to incorporating new techniques and skills in your life. But until next week, I hope you enjoyed the video. Next week, I got a great video coming up. I'm still working on the topic. I got a ton of topics. I don't know which one I want to talk about because all of them are great. But hopefully you stay tuned to next week's video. Like I said, have a great night.